Yeah, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Filmspiration, the place where filmmakers come to get inspired. My name's writer-director Edgar Ibarra. Let's get down to business. So, follow through. What it is and why it's more important than you might think. So, as many of you, or maybe some of you know, I've been doing acting reels for actors and actresses, meaning you're an actor or an actress, you have no video content, so I make an acting reel for you. I write it, we shoot it, I edit, yada, 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 right? For the month of July, I came to a crossroads where I basically had to choose to go back to, the things in my life that I had to take care of, and I'm still taking care of to this day. So I have to follow through with a few things regarding my life, but in order to do that, I had to make another choice. I had to make the choice of, okay, with all of these other people, the actors and the actresses that I am helping out, like, do I finish up with their stuff, or do I just kind of say, like, you know what, I can't help you. I'm done. It's not my problem anymore. Well, I did not do that, and I'm very proud of the fact that I did not do that, because I have heard of that happening here and there. You don't do that. You don't not follow through. You follow through for a few different reasons. I'm here on my lunch break. I'm like looking around, seeing like who's gonna think that I'm a creeper in the car talking to my phone. You follow through for a few different reasons, and it's really important, and probably more important than you realize. Excuse me. So follow through is super important because, first off, it determines how you're going to maneuver so many different areas of your life. Let me give you an example. Maybe you're a filmmaker, maybe you're an actor or an actress, maybe you're whoever doing your thing out there, and you don't follow through. What is that going to say about all of the other stuff that you do in your life? If you do follow through, on the other hand, that just goes to show that you're a person who can follow through, who does follow through, and who, when asked for, a favor that you commit to, only commit to favors that you can commit to, and if you can't, that's okay. It's okay to say no. But when you do commit to something, people know, okay, this person is going to see it through. They're going to follow through with what they say. I always tell people, just be upfront with me. Like, if you can't do it, don't say that you can, thinking that, like, maybe that's the thing that I want to hear. And if you can do it, and if you say you are going to do it, follow through with it. Whatever that is. I mean, if it's a short film, if it's an errand that you have to run, if it's a favor that you owe somebody, maybe they owe you. Excuse me. Got a hair in my mouth. Ugh. Follow through, because people will remember that. People are not dumb, and you're actually kind of dumb if you think that people are dumb enough to not remember whether or not you followed through that one last time. They're going to remember, trust me. So your word is your reputation. I know in today's high-tech society, so much is based upon, how many thumbs up or likes or, positive comments or whatever, but that's new school with the technology. The old school is, your word's your reputation. So that reputation of you following through, or let's first talk about you not following through. That'll follow you. That'll really, really follow you. Let's talk about the reputation of when you do follow through. Again, that's a beautiful thing, because people say, okay, if I go to, they say going to you, if I go to you, this person will follow through. Like, I can trust this person. I know that they'll shoot me straight. They won't BS me. Like, if they can't do it, they'll say no. So when you do follow through, it's a beautiful thing, because that's your credit right there. That's kind of like your credit score, I guess. That reputation follows you. Now, let's talk about the other part of follow through, when other people are involved. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, I have moments where I'm just like, oh man, I'm just so tired. Like, I just want to go home and have some dinner, walk the dogs. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to edit. I don't want to answer emails. I don't want to do all the stuff that I have to do. I'm as human as anybody else, and I know that you've been there. I've definitely been there. The point that I'm getting at is there are challenges, but a lot of times those challenges come down to personal choices. Like, are you going to do the thing that you need to do, or are you going to click the remote and bam, Netflix comes on and, oh, just one more episode, oh, just one more season of, whatever it is that you're consuming. Are you going to do that? Or maybe are you going to have some beers and, get lazy because the alcohol's depressant in your system? That's the other phone. Lunch hour, right? So, are you going to let that part overcome you to where you don't follow through? Following through is not easy. Also, you guys, like, I don't mean to make it sound like it's just you just do it and ta-da and that's it and it's easy. Like, it's not. It takes willpower, and in a lot of cases, it's one of the greatest forms of a demonstration of willpower. And so I think it's very interesting. It's a very interesting topic, the topic of willpower, and the topic of, the way I see it, it comes down, like, the words willpower, it comes down to the first word, will. No, really both. Like, will you have the power to be able to say, I need to do this thing, I need to get it done, I can't watch Netflix, I can't screw around, I can't be on the phone, I can't, let hours slip by on social media. Like, will you have the power to put all those other things that I just mentioned aside to do the thing that you need to do? There's where the willpower comes in. Drop me a comment in the comment section below. I'd love to hear, how you get through your moments of needing that willpower, or if it's easy. It comes so naturally to some other people. So not to me, let me tell you, but for me, it's more scheduling purposes and low energy and whatnot. Like, I have like a lot on my plate, and my energy goes low, and I get tired like anybody else. So it really just comes down to whether or not I'm going to have the willpower, or whether or not I will have the power to put those things aside and, just do it. Now, follow through is also important, because when other people are involved, they're kind of depending on you. Now, I'm not just talking about reputation. I'm also, in what they're going to say and what they're going to think and yada, yada, yada. I'm talking about, like, for example, if they are literally depending on you for something that you need to do for them. Example, again, as I said at the beginning of this video, I've been putting together acting reels. So I've got actors and actresses who are literally waiting for me to see my thing through. Like, they're literally patiently, and I thank them for their patience, they're literally patiently waiting for me to edit their stuff, send out the proofs or the first versions, to then check out, and then I get a thumbs up, a message back, cool, move forward, proceed, finalize, and then, I get them the files that it's what I'm getting at is that it's people literally waiting on me, patiently waiting for me to do something that they need for me to do, so that they can have, the video tools that they need to be able to compete in the industry. I don't play around with that. I do not. That's something I take very, very seriously, because I've heard of the opposite, where, somebody says, on the editing side, for example, somebody says, yeah, I'll edit this thing for you and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And the editor, for some reason, never gets to it. And I'm not going to criticize anybody. I'm not going to bring up names or anything like that. But I mean, for whatever reason, they just don't get around to it. Or maybe you're that person who just didn't get around to finishing the task at hand. And so, and if you are that person, finish the task at hand. But when other people are waiting on you, when other people are depending on you, that follow through, that's not just, a question of willpower, a question of, seeing your life through, but it's a question of, somebody else literally depending on you. So follow through for that reason, if at the very least for that reason. Another aspect of willpower that I wanted to communicate is, okay, if you don't follow through, and let me mention the following. I am a very much a one at a time, or maybe two or three things at a time in my life type of person. I cannot do multiple things at a time. So like, like, let me break it down for you. In my life, number one, my wife, I'm a husband. Number two, I go to work, and I'm blessed to have a job that I love, but I take that job very, very seriously. And I am a fully committed employee to that job. Number three, outside of work, I'm a filmmaker. Always have been, always will be. It's something that I've committed myself to, and number four, I mean, here I am on YouTube, trying to build up this platform by offering you guys value. And so even following through with this video, for example, is part of the follow-through process in my brain. And so but those are like the four different areas. There's four, not five fingers I was holding up. Those are the four different areas that my brain likes to focus on, and that's the way my brain breaks it down. Simple as that. Within each of those, yes, there are many, many other moving parts. Oh, you know what? Throw in there also the fact that I'm closing out with completing people's reels as I wean myself or off of this process, or start to step away from the process of making acting reels. And so, with those different sections in my life, one of the things that I realize is, okay, like, you got to finish this part of your life. My other hand's going numb from holding the selfie stick up. You got to finish this part of your life, or this thing, and because here's the way I look at it. It's very simple, but I mean, it also does apply big time, I think. If you can't finish that one thing that you need to finish, and you start up another thing, like if it's a short film, if it's another little project, whatever it is, like if you got two going on, great, but if you have multiple going on to the point where that multiple, those multiple projects are literally crippling all the other projects in that basket of projects that you're doing, to the point where you're getting nothing done, you probably need to rethink your strategy. I mean, I've been there, and even I'm guilty of doing the following. My wife tells me, hey, don't put too much on your plate. I'm guilty of that, and so that's why I have to catch myself also and making sure to not put too much on my plate. You know what I mean? And so the reason why that matters is because if you're putting too much on your plate, you're not following through. That says something about how you conduct so many other areas of your life. I worked with a young filmmaker, and I was waiting on this feature film, and it was something that he was working on, but I mean, it's been 2 years, and I know that he can do it, and I know that he was progressing because, and I know this because, this person was posting stuff online. Like, look at these latest photos, behind the scenes stuff, here's some, clips from the set, stuff like that, right? And I'm thinking, cool, like, I'm pumped. Like, I'm really waiting for this feature film, cheering this person on, and I haven't seen it yet. I hope I do see it. I know that, short films and feature films take time, but I mean, what I'm getting at is, what do all of the other areas, like, if you are kind of like that, what do all of the other areas in your life look like? In other words, if you can't commit to seeing one thing or two things through, how are you going to start other projects? Why would you start other projects? Why would you keep on going if you can't commit to even finishing? Let's flip the tortilla over and, focus, because I was thinking like that sounded pretty negative. So, finish the things that you have to finish, the one or two things. Make sure you do them well, finish them right, and then if you're finishing them for somebody else or finishing them for yourself, finish them. Nevertheless, finish them. Boom, you're done. Good. Move on to the next thing. Or, let me say it like this. Now you can move on to the next thing. That makes sense? I hope it does. You guys, follow through is something that, and I know I made a video, about a very similar topic, if not the exact same topic, but I probably worded it different. But, I catch myself repeating my messages and the things that I say on my videos pretty often, but the reason why I think I do that is because, I mean, I'm not going to make stuff up that like is BS and that is non-applicable, and you know what I mean? Like, this is the real stuff, and I hope you want to hear it. If you don't want to hear it, if these truths suck, then, you know, go ahead and feel free to unsubscribe. But I'm challenging you to rise up to the occasion with all the truths that I do have to tell you, and which are highly repetitious, but they're highly repetitious because I think there's a lot in the substance that, you know, I am putting out on tape. I mean, because if there wasn't anything there, then I probably wouldn't be running my mouth. I run my mouth because there's a lot there, and that applies not just to everyone else. Like, I'm not trying to pontificate here to everyone else and whatnot. This also, everything that just came out of my mouth applies to me too. So, I mean, that's it. That's what I got for you. So follow through, always follow through, because it's super important. It's more important than you might realize and that you might think. Follow through will determine how you go about so many other aspects of your life, other projects, other people, your personal life, etc., this and that. And especially when people are relying on you, follow through. And follow through, if at the very least, if not for other people or you know, I forgot what the other part was. If at the very least, follow through for yourself. Follow through for yourself and know that, yeah, you know what, I was able to do that thing and I got it done. No BS. You know what I mean? Anyway, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you for always tuning in. Thank you for always listening to my madness on this channel. The short film that we just completed it's a short film we just completed called Get Up 8. That'll be up on this channel coming up pretty soon in the near future. And also, if you have not done so, please subscribe and also hit that little bell. That way you're notified next time I make a new video. Please consider hitting that bell, you guys. That way you know when I put something out new. Thank you so much to all the new subscribers. Thank you very much to all the subscribers who've been with me for the longest time. I really, really appreciate it. You know, this ain't, you know, a major network. This is my YouTube channel, and you don't have to be here. So because you are here listening to and hanging out with me, I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. The Twitters, the Instagrams, the Facebooks, bam, right below. You guys, I love you all. Have a great day. Run out there, do your thing, tell your stories. If you have a higher power, consult your higher power. Outside of that, don't ask for anyone's blessing. Don't ask for anyone's permission. I will talk to you later. Love you. Adios.